Alright, we are back looking at cards that I think you should be avoiding because they might get a reprint in Rarity Collection 2. These are generally cards that I'm just not buying right now. Or if I am buying, I'm buying like in a low rarity. I'm getting them cheap. I'm not spending a lot of money on these cards because I think that they could easily be in Rarity Collection 2. And I don't want to get stuck holding these cards. So that's what we're looking at today. I'm going to give you 5 of them. We will reveal the winners of the last giveaway on the next video. So if you've not left a comment, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of the community. We break down Yu-Gi-Oh sets on this channel. We do a ton of giveaways. We have some fun. So check that out. Hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. It does help us out tremendously. All right, let's jump in to these cards that I think that you should be avoiding right now. I'm going to bring you over to TCG Player. We're going to look at them and then go from there. So let me get that up. All right. So these are not all cards these are not cards that I think you should be avoiding completely. Look, Foolish Burial is a card that people need to play. It's a card that people love. It's a card that people need to play. I'm not saying don't get this card if you need it for your deck. I'm also not saying don't get specialty items of this card. Like, for example, you got the Lost Art promo right here. That is a beautiful card. If you wanted to go grab that card, I don't have any issue with that. What I'm talking about is the main Foolish Burial. I would be staying away from that. So, for example, the one out of the Legendary Collection 4 that's coming in around $12, I wouldn't be buying that. If I were you and you needed Foolish Burial, I'd be scrolling way down here and grabbing some commons or rares. I'd be grabbing these rares right here for 70 cents. That's what I'm saying. Wait until the Rarity Collection 2 is revealed before you go out spending, a decent chunk of money on these cards, unless you're getting something that's really unique that's probably not going to be duplicated in Rarity Collection 2, like the Lost Art promo. But for the most part, Foolish Burial, if you need a cheap copy, go grab it, but I would not be buying the expensive copies of Foolish Burial because I think there's a nice chance that this gets a quarter century upgrade in Rarity Collection 2. I would love it. It's a card that I play in a variety of different decks. I would absolutely love it. I love those one-of spells and traps in quarter century because it's pretty cheap. You only need one. You don't need to grab a playset. You just grab your one and you're done. That's a card that I think could be in Rarity Collection 2. The next card is the card that was on the thumbnail. This is F-Zero. This is a fantastic card. It is currently being played in Goblins. And so I know that there's a lot of people that are looking at this card. The secret rare out of Battles of Legend, Crystal's Revenge, coming in around $15. And the original print out of King's Court, the Ultra, also coming in around $14. This is a fairly expensive card right now because of Goblins and probably some other decks that I'm not aware of have driven the price up on this. I think there's a decent chance this shows up in Rarity Collection 2. If you can hold off on buying it, I certainly would, because $15 is a lot of money for this card to get reprinted into the ground in Rarity Collection 2. In addition to that, I'm going to give you a bonus card. I would not be surprised if its counterpart also gets an upgrade in Rarity Collection as well. This is not part of the original 5 cards, so I'm treating these as one card. F-Zero, Draco, Utopic Draco Future, as well as Utopic Future. I think they both could get an upgrade in Rarity Collection. So, this is a great example. If you're looking at playing this package, for you, I would grab the rare out of King's Court for 20 cents rather than grabbing the Prismatic Secret for 6. And look, if it doesn't pan out and it's not in Rarity Collection 2, what did you waste? You wasted 20 cents. And now you're going to go back in, you're going to grab Utopic Future for the $6 that it is. No big deal. But if it does show up in Rarity Collection, you've just wasted $6. I wouldn't do it. I would hold off, because these are the kind of cards that I think could easily show up in Rarity Collection 2. Cards that are beloved, cards that add value to the set, and cards that have a pretty interesting history in the game. This does have a pretty, recent history in the game that people really like. So it checks all the boxes for me. I think this card could easily show up in Rarity Collection 2. So I would be buying the cheaper ones. Utopic Draco Future, though, I would not be buying that card at $14, $15. I would just be waiting. That's just me. You do you. But that's just me. All right, next card is Linkuriboh. Look, again, this is a beloved card. This is a card that is meta relevant. This is a card that people would love to have a quarter century and would add some value into the set, because they're kind of expensive right now. And a lot of it is because the Snake Eyes is running this, but this is always a card that has value. So even at your commons, it might not have this much value. This has a lot of value right now. But even your commons are coming in around $5, $6, something like that. Your rares, your ultra rares are coming in $15, $12. And you can get the one ultra for about $6.50. If you need this card, I would grab one of the $6 ones. I would not go spending the $12, $15 for it, because I do think that this card could definitely find itself in Rarity Collection 2. This is another card that checks all the boxes for me. I would actually be surprised if Linkuriboh is not in there. So this is definitely a card that I would be buying the cheaper versions for right now until you see if it shows up or not. And that's mainly what I'm saying. Just trying to help you save some money during this time. If you're looking at these cards, some of these cards, we need them. But that does not mean that you need to buy the most expensive one or the highest rarity one. Drop down, grab some of the cheaper ones, and that will make it so that your losses, if it does show up in Rarity Collection 2, are minimized. And that's what I'm trying to do here. Linkuriboh, I think, could definitely show up in there. Another card that I think would be fantastic in here is just plain old Polarization. A lot of people are talking about Super Poly. Well, Super Poly already has a quarter century. It came out in Battles of Legend, Monsters Revenge, I believe. It already has a quarter century. Konami has not doubled down on quarter centuries yet. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think you're getting Super Poly. But could you get Polarization? Yeah, and a lot of decks play this card. A lot of decks play this card. A lot of people have fond memories of it. It does have a history in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, another card that checks all the boxes for me. Now, some of these versions are pretty cheap. I don't think that you're going to get the alt art over here. I think you're going to get the normal art. I like the normal art better than the alt art. Maybe that's just me. But again, I would not be buying the Legendary Collection Kaiba edition for almost $8. If you need the card, drop down. You can grab these for like 30 cents. Not 30 cents. You can grab them for like 70 cents. That's what I would be doing. Because, again, this is a card that checks all the boxes for Rarity Collection. What was Rarity Collection 2? We saw what Rarity Collection 2 was. Beloved cards. Cards that added value to the set. Cards that have a history in the game. This checks every one of those boxes. Polarization, I think, could easily show up in there. More thinking the original rather than the special art over here. I'm not actually sure which one is original, but I do know that this is the art that was that everybody was after for a while, because we had this in the TCG for a long time. So this is the art that I think that we would get. All right, last card on this week. Cards that I think could be printed in Rarity Collection, and that is Winda. I think Winda could easily show up in here. Now, Winda does have 4 different prints. If I were you, I'd be buying the structure deck version, super rare, for $2. I would be staying away from the higher expensive ones, the Shadows of Valhalla, secret rare. I'd just be buying the cheapest ones of these if you need them. And if you don't need them, I would be staying away from them. That is what I personally am doing, and that's what I'm passing on to you. I'm buying different cards. I'm buying cards that are already printed in Rarity Collection 1. I'm buying new cards that have come out in sets. I'm buying water support. Those are the things that I personally am buying right now. I'm not buying these cards because I don't want to spend $15 on a card that in a month is going to be $1. I don't want to do that. And I don't think you should want to do that either. So, and again, we're guessing. We're just guessing on what could be in Rarity Collection 2. But kind of educated guessing. We're using the knowledge from Rarity Collection 1 to determine what we think could be in Rarity Collection 2. Now, Konami could throw us curveballs, and they could throw all kinds of different stuff in there, and I expect that. But some of these cards that I'm giving you are going to hit. Some of these cards are going to be in here. They just are. And so these are the cards that we're not buying, and if we are buying, we're buying in lower rarities because we need them, not because we want to collect them. That's all I got for you today. My name is Todd from Go2 Cards. Don't forget about that giveaway from last week. We were giving away the 3 Yugioh cards in the silver rare from Battles of Legend Chapter 1, as well as the collector's rare Ancient Chant. All you got to do is be subscribed to the channel or subscribe to it right now and leave a comment on that video. Not this video. I don't check this video for the comments. Leave a comment on that video and you will be eligible for the giveaway. I am out of here.